Hello gardener. I am going to be doing fall cleanup and prepping my beds today for doing cover crops. I have removed most of the main pepper plants and cut it at the bottom of the stem. I'm now going to remove the main plant with a shovel. Just go in, the ground is nice and wet, so easy to work with. Now, if I was going to just leave the bed over winter and not put anything to plant, as in cover crops, leave the base of the roots because that will feed the microorganisms in the soil throughout the winter and still help with structure of the soil and not have an erosion problem over winter. Pro tip there, just mulch the base. The soil is all ready for the seeds. The seeds that I'm using is from Michigan Gardener. They only use heirloom seeds, non-GMO source. Everything I recommend to you is from my own personal experience. I have no sales affiliation. The ideal time to plant cover crop seeds is 6 to 8 weeks prior to your first fall frost. The reason for that is you wanted that root structure, because in this packet you actually have some perennials outside of the annuals. The annuals will pass away and decay and feed the soil in the fall, but in the spring there will be enough of a root structure and the perennial goes dormant, and you can have a better, healthier plant in the spring and starting early enough. And then it'll decay in the spring, and then you just naturally rotate the decay matter into the soil. Another gardener's helping hand is neem cake meal. It is a fertilizer. What that does is it has an NPK that's low, so it doesn't do too much and not overfeeding. So very easily, you just take a handful of the neem cake meal and you just sprinkle it a good amount over the entire soil. Because cover crops, you can space them, but no need to. That's what's kind of cool. Chaos gardening. You just take the seeds, use the packet itself. You get 500 seeds in one of these. Just go in and shake right over the soil. See, one packet did half of a 4x4 bed. One of the most important things after laying all of the seeds is using a mulch. And what I like to use is pine shavings, which is an animal bedding sold at Tractor Supply or any farm store that you have near you. It is thin enough to go over the bed, and I use it in my raised beds and have no issue with it. It prevents erosion outside of the crops itself and gives an insulation to help the roots out, so it is very good. And over time, you will actually microorganisms will eat that pine shavings. It's okay for organic gardening, so you don't have to worry about that. If you're being overwhelmed by your garden, don't know how to stay on top of the task versus good record keeping, and you tried all of the journals and planners out there and you want something to help with overabundance, when to start seeds and things like that, I have just that, the Garden to Plate Journal. The link is in the description. So just simply do a nice layer of the mulch right on top. I do about an inch. To help with laying down the mulch and watering the seeds, make sure to cover completely with water. Thank you very much, gardener, for reviewing and learning something new today.